Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. We are here in the studio, and Jason is going to be working on his color study, continuing on.
Hello, everybody. So today, I've pre-mixed my colors. Like that orange isn't. It's supposed to be a red. It's not quite that orange, and that yellow's a little bit bright. So the colors are just a tad off, but nothing we can't work with. And then on the apple over here, I've already laid that in. So I wanted to work on this to show you the next step of how I control the colors and what I look for. So with that being said, I'm going to head over about 2.5 feet to the studio. And
He's going to shuffle.
I'll point out what I see in the painting that I want to correct. And then I'll also show with you the colors and the color mixing.
All right. Good morning, Miss Karen. Thanks for joining. If you guys are here, please let us know. We definitely welcome if you guys have some questions. Jason will be painting, and we will be going through explaining things as we go. But if you have questions, please put them in the comments, and we will definitely do our best to get to them. And as always, if you can, give this video a thumbs up just so we know that it's being seen. We're always appreciative of that.
And that you like us.
They like us. They really do. I need my sign. Hold my sign up. So,
All right.
yay, we got a thumbs up.
So why don't we start with the colors on the palette?
All right, so we're going to start with the colors on the palette.
So the tube colors,
Okay, so the tube colors:
burnt umber,
burnt umber,
cad red light.
cad red light.
That and this are, all of this is reading a bit high yellow.
Yeah, they're reading a bit high yellow, so it's definitely a little off. Sorry,
So the
but that is cad red light.
yellow ochre,
There's yellow ochre,
flake white replacement,
flake white replacement,
ultramarine blue,
ultramarine blue,
ivory black.
ivory black.
Okay. This is my warm side,
So what he's circling right now is his warm side,
meaning red, orange,
meaning red,
brown,
orange, brown,
yellow,
yellow.
All of that's on the warm side of the wheel.
All of that's on the warm side of the wheel.
These are neutrals, grays,
Those are neutrals. Those are grays,
and this is the cool side of the wheel.
and that's the cool side of the wheel.
Okay. Let's see, and then I also have what is it? Neo Miguel.
And we also have Neo McGelp,
Bring into the scene.
which is going to bring into the scene.
You see
Good
that? Okay.
morning, Miss Susan. Yes, we can see that. We're asking everyone, if you can, go ahead and let us know you're here, which you did. Thank you. If you can give the video a like, a thumbs up, that helps us too. Let us know people see it and are with us.
Okay, we ready to run through our colors, and we'll talk about our concept?
Yes. All right. You guys ready to run through colors? And then we're going to talk about the concept.
So, apple in light,
So the apple in light,
cad red light,
cad red light,
a little bit of yellow,
a little bit of yellow,
and white.
and white.
Okay?
Okay.
So that's
And we were saying that the cad red light and the yellow's colors are a little bit off.
they're reading
They're reading
a little
a little, what?
bright.
Bright. They're reading a little bright. Good morning, Miss Reenie.
Okay. Now these over here,
Okay, now these over on the right-hand side of the palette,
burnt umber
burnt umber
with cad red,
with cad red, and a touch of yellow ochre.
No white.
No white. No white. No white.
That is just
That at the bottom is just cad red light and a little bit of yellow ochre.
a lot. Basically, reverse that. A lot of yellow.
Basically reverse that. A lot of yellow, a little bit of cad red light.
Black and white.
Black and white.
Then the greens.
And then the greens so far
Blue
are blue
and yellow.
and yellow.
So just blue, yellow here with no white.
So that's blue, yellow there with no white. And then that's yellow with a little bit of blue and a little white.
Okay, so should we head to the painting and talk about the painting?
All right, we're heading to the painting and we're going to talk about the painting. There we go.
So I'd already done this lay-in a week or two ago,
So Jason had already done that lay-in about a week or two ago.
so it's completely dry.
That's completely dry.
But you can still see
But you can still see there's your apple and light. He's pointing to the palette too. You can see the colors.
shadow.
The shadow.
So it'll be down there. I added some more red to make it a little brighter right there.
He added some more red to make it a little brighter right there on the far right of the canvas he was pointing at.
But again, the canvas is going to tell us.
But again, yeah, the canvas is going to tell you.
Our green and shadow.
Our green in shadow.
Right, I just did the same thing there.
We just did the same thing there.
And then this is going to be gray, gray, green back here.
And that's going to be gray, gray, green back there.
Okay. And then this is a weaker warm up here.
And in front is a weaker warm.
Okay, so our warm is the table,
So the warm is the table,
the apple,
the apple.
and then I haven't decided. Maybe the stem. I haven't decided which way the stem's going to
And he hasn't decided which way the stem is going to go.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Maybe a little bit of both.
The background
The background
and the leaves are going to be
and the leaves are going to be over in
green, gray.
green gray.
We all ready?
We're all ready. If you
All right,
guys are just joining us, Jason is working again on a color study that he is using with his online class, and he is going to progress this further. So thanks for joining us. Always let us know you're here. You can give our video a like. We know that you people are seeing it and enjoying it. And if you have questions, please feel free to put them in the comments, and we will try to get to them as soon as we can.
All right. So as far as the concept goes,
Okay, so as far as the concept goes, he said we blew this right here.
we.
We. Okay, I'm with you.
So we need our curve,
It's a team effort. We need our curve.
and then how is this lining up?
And then how is that lining up?
So I may need to bring this back a little bit
You may need to bring the leaf back a little bit
so that it's more of an angle.
so it's more like of an angle.
Because I don't really want to push that I don't want to push it any further over there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to push that stem too much further out, so he can bring the leaf back a little.
And then if I get a leaf here,
And then if he gets a leaf there,
I'm gonna make sure it's
he's
less
going to make
than
sure
that.
it's less than the stem.
Okay.
Because you don't want to be a fence builder.
Nope.
No
So
fence
there's
builders.
our-
There's your
triangle.
triangle.
our
Curve.
really
Radical dynamic triangle, as he says. Good morning,
so
Mr. Tom.
radical and so dynamic somebody wants to pay for it.
So dynamic and so radical. Yes, someone will want to pay for this and have this precious apple at some point on their wall.
Okay, so what we're actually seeing right now
So what we're actually going to see right now
is this are too bright.
is this. The leaves, they're too bright.
This is going to be our superstar.
That's going to be your superstar, is the apple in the middle.
These guys need to take a step
Those
back.
guys need to take a step back.
So we're going to do that by dark lessening their value, darkening their value.
So he's going to do that by lessening their value, darkening the value.
Yeah, so let's go.
All right, so let's go. Morning, Mom.
So we'll start out slow, test.
I see your hat.
Nothing wrong with my hat.
I didn't say anything was wrong with your hat. I just said I could see it.
My hat embarrass you.
Your hat does not embarrass me. Your hat's cool.
Okay, so this is a test.
Okay, so this is a test.
Yeah, I like that. It's got a little more red in it, and it's the right value.
So he likes that. It's got a little bit more red in it, but it's the right value.
We probably need that.
Working on the shadow.
Let's test our green.
All right, so now we're going to test the green.
See, that's going to come down. I want that green to break.
That's going to come down. He wants that green to what?
I do not want it lining up with the plane here, like here to here, and I don't want that shadow lining up with that, so I'm going to bring that shadow down a little bit.
He doesn't want him lining up like with the plane above and then the shadow. It's kind of lining up with the leaf, so he's going to bring the shadow down a little bit, if you guys can see that. If you are just joining us, good morning. Jason is working on a color study that he is using with his online classes right now, and just taking this further today. And we're wanting to share the process with you guys. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. We will do our best to get to them as fast as we can. And if you are joining us for your first time, let us know. Or if you guys have been with us for a while, we thank you. We love having you with us. If you can give the video a like so we know that people are seeing the video and enjoying it, that's helpful for us on this side as well.
That feels better to me now. The apple's going to take center stage since I'm darkening these leaves.
Since he's darkening those leaves, it feels a lot better to him because now that apple can take center stage. See how that just pops that apple back out? Good morning, Miss Janny. Thanks for joining.
Janny took on Rembrandt and lived to tell about it.
Jason said Janny took on Rembrandt and lived to tell about it. So kudos, Miss Janny.
How's that look on film?
That looks good.
Dang, that apple looks bright on film.
It's a superstar.
Alright, so, what this means now is that this is too much back there, right?
Yeah. So now what that means is with the leaves the way they are now, that it's too much back behind it. The background behind the leaves. Janie says, yeah, what was I thinking? Hey, you gotta love ambition. It just.
What I'm doing here is just tilting this green.
So what he's doing over on the palette right now is he's tilting that green,
Tilting that gray to the green.
the gray to the green. Excuse me. So now we're gonna test that.
So that's reading is the same value to me as the green leaves.
So that's reading as the same value to Jason on the leaves.
That's why it's disappearing.
That's why it's disappearing. Can you guys
So
see
we
that?
may want a little bit of that for a soft edge and a glow,
So maybe a little bit of that for a soft edge and a glow.
but we now got to get our stuff in order
But we now have to get our stuff in order
and darken up off that.
and darken up off of that.
I don't know, I'll be with him in a minute.
What was that?
Let him know I'll be with him in a minute.
Jason said he'll be with you guys in just a minute.
That was for me. Alright.
That was for him. Mix in those colors.
Dang, that's dark.
He says, "Ooh, that's dark." Working on that background.
Bring your flashlight, we're going into the dark.
He says, "Bring your flashlight. We're going into the dark." Ooh. There we go.
Notice how I leave a gap between this and my last value?
Do you guys notice how he leaves a little gap in between that and his last value?
So now I can bridge.
So now he can bridge the two.
Simple. Simple, simple, simple.
Simple, simple, simple. Jenny says, "Yeah, I love the glow it gives."
Yeah, I'm literally painting glow.
He said, Jenny, he's literally painting glow.
That's my subject matter, that's my intention.
That's his subject matter and that is his intention. So thank you for that comment. That's awesome.
Okay,
All right. He's taking a step back. He's looking at it.
so this is the new kid in town trying to show us up.
So this is the new kid in town trying to show us up. We have to get together and put him in his place.
I'm going to start
He's going to start
right next to that gray that I laid down.
right next to that gray that he laid down.
And what I'm going to do is just change the hue of it, but try to keep it the same value.
And what he's going to do is going to try to change the hue of it, but he's going to try to keep it the same value. That means change it from the background green gray to the table brownish.
So brown, gray.
So brown, gray,
Simple.
simple. Simple, simple, simple. I'm sensing a trend of what he is wanting to paint this morning.
Okay, what's our first principle?
All right, what's our first principle?
Visibility.
Visibility.
Is that mark
Is that mark
visible between that?
visible between that, the apple, and the shadow, the leaf?
The red, yes, but the green on green's not quite enough.
Yeah, the red, yes, but the green on green, not quite enough.
So it
So that means that we have to go lighter
so that we stand out against the dark shadow.
so that we stand out against the dark shadow.
Forward.
And he's got to move it forward. For those of you just joining us, good morning, happy Monday. Jason is working on a color study that he did about 2 weeks ago. Is working on for his online classes, and we are progressing the painting forward this morning. So we love having you along for the journey.
Demonstration.
Demonstration. It's a journey.
Demonstration for the people.
Oh, demonstration for the people. Okay. You have questions or anything, please put them in the comments.
Or compliments.
Or compliments. It's a Monday. It's always nice to start it out that way. If you're new to joining us, let us know you're here. We'd love it if you can give the video a like, a thumbs up. That helps us see that people are seeing the video. But in the meantime, we'll just watch Jason paint and get lost in the painting.
Okay, so let's look at the background.
All right, so let's look at the background.
That movement
That movement.
is very quiet
It's very quiet
compared to
compared to
the foreground.
the foreground,
Boom.
where it's boom, 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 boom.
That's what makes this foreground
That's what makes this foreground
and that background.
and that background.
This
The apple,
is a lot more different
is a lot more different
than the background
than the background
than
than
the leaves are.
the leaves are.
So that makes a bigger noise
So that makes a bigger noise
than those do.
than those do.
Simple.
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 More
So we can have less.
so that you can have less.
so edgy, it cuts people.
It says, don't be so edgy. It cuts people. Words of wisdom.
No, that was just clever.
That was what?
So no, that was just clever.
Oh, I say words of wisdom. He says, no, that was just clever. Oh, Jason.
So, as we quiet this area down.
Okay, so as we quiet that area down, can you hear him singing?
No, I want to hear you say it.
You want what? You want me to sing?
Yep, do. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Go.
Ah. There you go.
Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you. Take my bow. Oh my God. Oh, the things I do for you.
For the people, baby.
For the people.
For the people.
Killing me. Claudia says, we can hear everything he says. I know. We're chatting
No,
back
you
and
can't.
forth.
I know you think so, but you heard everything I said.
Oh, Claudia. He says, no, no, you can't hear everything he says.
That's my inside voice.
That's his inside voice. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take my bow. Ugh. Always artists in this house. What can I tell you?
All right, so as we go into the distance, we go from darker, warmer.
As you go from the distance, you go from darker, warmer
To lighter, grayer.
to lighter, grayer.
So, one way you could do that
So one way you can do that
is take lighter gray.
is take lighter gray and mix it in a little.
Da-da-da-da. Simple.
Simple.
I want to hear the sounds. Come on.
Okay, I have to do everything he's doing. Da-da-da-da. Simple. There we go. Claudia goes, oh yeah, you want to bet? Ah. That's why we love Claudia. Good morning, Claudia. I'm glad you were able to join us.
Move that over
All right, so he's moving that over
for the sake of a dynamic triangle.
for the sake of a dynamic triangle. Yes. That apple get any louder to you guys? Look at that.
This guy's a thief.
Okay, this guy over there is a thief. He's stealing from us with the apple.
We're going to just beg his behind out.
We're gonna veg him out.
His behind out.
His behind out. Pardon me.
Beg his behind out.
Veg his behind out. Okay.
I'm just trying to make this slightly different from that side.
So he's trying to make the left side slightly different than the right side. Claude.
Oh, vagueness. Oh, vagueness.
Oh,
Come to me.
vagueness. Oh, vagueness.
Come to me, my vagueness. Come to me.
Come to me, my vagueness. Okay. Claudia,
Come to me. Come on.
great question.
Hey, I'm instructing.
How long will we be able to view the video? Once the video is on our page, it is always on our page. And then it will be sent over to YouTube. So you can always come back and reference it here on the Meyer Studio Facebook page or on our Meyer Studio YouTube. channel.
You just made that question up, so you didn't have to do what I was asking you to.
I did not make that question up. Claudia asked it. What did you want me to do? Vagueness, vagueness, vagueness? We're watching.
The moment's gone.
Oh, sorry.
Alright, a little vagueness. It's still, the color's a little...
Okay, a little vagueness, but he still feels the color is a little strong.
Too attractive?
Too warm, too attractive. Oops. I missed the palette shot. He's too fast this morning.
So notice how I'm using all that red that was underneath there that I put down last time.
So notice how he's using all that red that he put down that was underneath last time? And just by kind of glazing it over, he can make it really quiet. Thanks. He says, I'm getting the hang of it.
For the people, baby.
For the people. Always for the people. We're grateful for the people.
Alright. So I'm going to continue just to quiet.
Okay, so he's just going to continue just to quiet
All
down
that down.
all of the top corner, the left,
So that we can see what our
so that we can see
superstar needs.
what your superstar in the middle needs.
We can tend to her every need.
Tend to her every need. Okay.
I'm just making sure that this cool shadow, the coolness in the background,
So he's making sure right now that the coolness in the background,
the shadows are still warm.
the shadows are still warm.
It's just they're warmer than the light.
It's just they're warmer than the light. So now he's going to test that.
So it's gone purple, and I don't know if I like that or not.
So now it's gone purple, and he doesn't know if he likes that or not.
It's too close to the reds. So there won't be
Too
enough
close to the
separation.
reds, so there's not going to be enough separations.
So I'm going to push it more green.
He's going to push it more green.
Blue and yellow make green.
Blue and yellow make green.
At the right value, we'll gray it off.
At the right value, then he'll gray it off.
Yes, I think that's going to
Yeah, he thinks that's going to be stronger.
I decide this
He decides that
by what makes that look better.
by what makes that look better.
And again, I'm drawing by cutting into it.
And again, he's drawing by cutting into it. Oh, a little curly Q.
Up there by herself, she got to be strong.
She's up there in that corner by herself. She's got to be strong to carry the weight of everything else down at the other bottom section of the painting. She is strong.
She needs to act like it then.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, so he says this is the first time we're meeting these people.
So we're going to put on some decent clothes.
So we're going to put on some decent clothes,
Act like we have manners.
act like we have manners,
And just soften ourselves up a little bit.
and just soften ourselves up a little bit.
Everybody will get along.
And then everybody will get along. Susan has this question.
Yep.
She says, I still get confused when you say a background color is a shadow. A shadow of what?
Okay, so the shadow of the background. So the background, the air can go from light to shadow.
The shadow of the background. The shadow of the air can go from light to background?
No.
Sorry.
Background can have light, right? Look just above the green leaves. That's background, right? And then that corner that we're up there, that's also background. But we want the background itself to go from a darker value to a lighter value. So if you think about the nature of background, the nature of air, the nature of atmosphere, versus the nature of an apple, right? The light on the apple is going to be stronger because it's got something to land on. The shadow is going to be stronger because there's an object without light creating a silhouette there. But the air all lit up, maybe there's particles of things in the air, moisture or whatever it is. Why? Because it looks good. That's why. It looks good, right? Whatever looks good, we're going to do. It looks good to think of it like that. And so what happens is the light also catches on that air, that atmosphere particles. But it's not nearly as dense as that apple, so it can't catch as much light. So it's got a much weaker. And the same thing, if the light's not hitting it or bouncing into those little particles in the atmosphere, the atmosphere is going to appear darker. But again, we don't want it darker, or I guess the better word is heavier, because technically it can be darker and still appear lighter. That's a really advanced lesson. But because right now when I look at that shadow up on the inside there towards the middle in the background, that's too heavy. Well, actually that value may be just fine, but since there's a hard edge and a big value jump to the background right next to it, it looks too heavy. So I have to go up there and tend to that quote-unquote darker background to make sure that it is lighter than any of my shadows on my objects. So how's that for a long-winded answer, huh? You sorry you ever asked? All right, I'm going back over here.
Okay.
All right.
Chasse to your studio.
Boom, boom. All right, so yeah, right in here. So what are we
Okay,
gonna do?
so right in there, what he's going to do
We gotta bridge this.
is you're going to bridge that. She says, I get it.
And there's some evil purple in there too, by the way.
He says, and there's some evil purple in there, by the way. So, all right, Susan, glad you got that. Yeah, I needed you for that. I was not going to be able to do that one.
You can't just do it, you gotta do it with personality.
I do it with personality. I have plenty of personality.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Use it, baby.
I do.
For the people.
For the people. You know, who's not lacking in personality is our daughter. Woo! She is funny. I cannot believe she's going to be 12. Holy cow. She's going to be 12 in a week, guys. Oh, what the heck? We blinked way too many times. Sorry, I was having a mom moment there.
So if I took this over
So if you take that over,
and you see how that color just gives a little
you see how that color just gives a little
when compared to the warms.
compared to the warms. Jenny, she goes, now who could she get that from? I don't know.
Her mom.
Yeah, I know. No, she gets them both.
I'm a quiet little mouse, baby.
You're a quiet little mouse. She calls Jason her indoor cat.
She does it with love, though.
She does. She does. She does do it with love, because she loves indoor cats, even though we can't have any. Yeah, Apple didn't fall far from my mom to, oh my gosh.
All right, how's that looking?
How's that looking, guys? I think it looks it's awesome.
All right, is that So I feel like that apple's way too bright. Who else feels like that? I want to vote.
He wants to vote.
Is the apple too bright or no? I'll collect my thoughts while they decide.
He's gonna collect his thoughts while you guys decide. Susan, thumbs up.
What is it? Thumbs up that's too bright? What is that?
Thumbs up, too bright. Thumbs down, not too bright. How's that? Not bright. Wait.
No thumbs down. That's gonna be people who don't like us.
Okay. Yeah, no thumbs down. Claudia says great. Susan says just a little.
All right. So I'm gonna do two things.
Karen says I love it.
I'm gonna put some more red around that red.
Okay, so he's gonna do two things. He's gonna put some more red around that red.
Reflecting into things.
Reflecting into things.
And then I'm gonna put more of this
And then he's gonna put more of that
in the red.
into the red.
So I'm taking the red closer to everything.
So he's taking the red closer to everything.
and then he's integrating.
And then
that
he's going to
background
integrating
neutral.
that background neutral. Janny says, not too bright. Rini says, it's fine. All right. Thanks, guys. We appreciate the interaction.
No. Tell him I trained him better than that.
He says, no. I trained them better than that. Why?
Okay. All right. Keep your eyes open.
Keep your eyes open.
Wait,
Please.
unless they want to buy it right now.
Unless you want to buy it right now. No.
All right. So let's see. I don't even think have I touched that red yet? I don't think I've touched it. Let's try it out.
All right. I go to the palette. Dang it. I missed the palette shot again. Sorry, guys. He's too fast.
No, I'm just picking up the red. I'm not mixing anything.
Oh, okay. He's just picking up the red. Glob the paint.
Under our leaf here.
Claudia added, I think when the leaves are more developed, it may tone down the apple.
It'll take your eye off the apple, but it won't tone the color down.
Ah, Jason says, it'll take your eye off the apple, but it won't tone the color down. So, we're getting there. Jenny said, ooh, nice.
Alright, so we're going to add the richness. Right? You know where richness goes?
We're going to add richness. Do you guys know where richness goes? By the highlight.
Front plane.
Front plane
Facing us.
facing us. Okay, Janny liked that one. Susan said, it didn't look too bright before, but became a little bright as you worked the background.
Yeah, so that's a good point. It changes as the painting changes.
Yeah, he said that's a good point, because it's going to change as the painting changes.
And that's why you've got to keep the eye on the whole thing
That's why you got to keep your eye on the whole thing
while you're adjusting the individual.
while you adjust the individual things.
And I'm going to see if I can get away with a little something.
Okay, he's going to see if he can get away with a little something.
Since that red's looking a little isolated.
Says that red's looking a little isolated. Ha! Rini said richness goes to the bank. Okay, he's getting the stick.
Soften the edge.
He's gonna soften the edges in there.
How are we on time, baby?
We are, it is 9:45, so we have been going for 45 minutes.
Okay.
Jenny, oh.
What's that about?
What's that about, Jenny? Or is that just watching it progress? Susan said it's a conundrum of subtleties.
I love it.
That's a great way to.
Write that down. I want to stick that on the wall.
He's gonna put that on his wall, on the studio wall, Susan.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Jenny said her ooh was about just basically watching it all progress. Conundrum of subtleties. That is, I think I have to use that too. Many ways I can use that.
Okay, so another little trick here.
Okay, so another little trick here.
Let's see if I can stop it. 15 minutes. This is much time. So this is in shadow because the light behind it hitting this.
So this is in shadow because the light behind it hitting that.
So I'm going to see if I can infuse
So
it with
he's going to see if he can infuse it with a little
bit of transparency.
bit of transparency.
Of light shining through.
A light shining through.
And that's always warm, so no white.
And that's always warm, so no white.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my
So he's going to take his
orange,
yellow and red,
and then again no white.
and then
in
no
the green.
white in the green there. Get a little bit more yellow ochre.
See how that's warm?
See how that's warm?
But it's nowhere close.
But it's
to the
nowhere
light.
close to the light.
And then again, sort of a glow, so less.
And then again, sort of a glow, so less.
Let's not less.
Let's. Sorry, not less.
Let's go inside with slightly brighter.
Let's go inside, slightly brighter.
I don't know if this yellow ochre is gonna let this look green, but we'll see.
He doesn't know if the yellow ochre is going to let it look green, but we'll see.
Is that light shining through, or does that just look stupid? That's a question to you, not to repeat.
I'm not repeating that. I see the reflective light.
A little bit stupid, huh?
No,
So,
I did not say that.
I'm gonna come back here.
So he's going to come back.
You don't generally want to do this,
Okay, you don't generally want to do this,
but the screen shadow's not dark enough.
but the screen shadow's not dark enough. So,
Not whole.
not holding.
We need to relieve it of its duty.
We need to relieve it of its what?
Duty.
Duty. Sorry.
Post.
Host. Okay, got it.
Role. Character. Flip that around like that. Too edgy, people get hurt.
It says if it's too edgy, people get hurt.
Oh, look, that's why it looks funky. It's isolated.
It says that's why it looks funky. It's isolated. hope you guys get some painting time in today.
Almost an hour, so there's any questions or anything?
We're almost at an hour, so if you have any questions or anything, please put them in the comments here, because we're going to be starting to wrap this up. Well, that really separated the leaves from the apple and the background.
Visibility, value.
Visibility, value. Yep, I saw it pop off. I don't know if you guys saw it. Jenny said this is so good. It's like watching a flower bloom, right? I know. I get lost in his painting sometimes, and that's why I get quiet. I just watch it. All of a sudden, it's like it just takes form and shape and comes to life.
Yeah. Okay, so at least on our monitor, that is reading. That's like I would not eat that apple. That's like grown under
nuclear
or something. So let's chill that baby out a little bit. So we can chill that out, which is my natural tendency, and it's my personality, but some of you may actually want to see to bring the rest of the painting up. So you guys let me know, and whatever you tell me I'll do. I've either got to chill that apple out or bring more color to the rest of the painting, and maybe a little bit of both. All right, so you guys have a vote. I'm going to have a little sip of water and take a look, and then we'll get this thing finished up in the next 15-20 minutes.
Okay, I can't wait to see what they're gonna vote. All right, Susan said both. It's that conundrum of subtleties.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll push the color first, and then we'll tie it back.
Okay, so gonna push the color first, and then we're gonna tie it back.
But with yellow ochre, we might be limited.
But with more color, we might be
With
yellow ochre. We might be a little bit more limited.
It's
Okay,
not a strong yellow.
it's not a strong yellow. Okay, what else are we getting here? Karen Duplisa says, I vote for more color. Jenny said, you're the boss. Father knows best.
Hey, where's Izzy? Tell her that.
He said, where's Izzy? Tell her that one. And then Claudia says, yep.
As you can see, I can't get a very bright green.
As you can see, he can't get a very bright green.
But what I can do is go lighter.
But what he can do is go lighter.
You know, and so that will make it stronger.
And so that's going to make it stronger.
So what I'm going to do is, since this leaf is curled over like this, that means air is going to come along that edge.
So what he's going to do, since it's kind of curled over like this, it means air is going to come along that edge.
And then there's going to be
a
highlight.
Going to be a highlight
as this thing curls around.
As the thing curls around.
Over here.
Over there.
Okay. And because the other thing I can do is darken the stuff around the green.
Because the other thing he can do is he can darken the stuff around the green.
Literally.
Okay, so you're gonna need a lot of power. So he's just grabbing background, literally.
This is going to weaken, not strengthen.
And this is gonna weaken, not strengthen.
And soften that edge.
And he's gonna soften that edge. Rini said the forward leaf is too dark versus the brightness of the apple.
Oh, well, no, because that shadow continues through. What she's wanting is some light here, and she'll get it. She'll get it.
I don't know if you heard that, Rini. He said what you're wanting is some light there in that front leaf and something. So he says, you'll get it. It's coming.
guys voted for more color. They're just trying to make me uncomfortable, aren't they?
He said, "You guys voted for more color. You're just trying to make him uncomfortable, aren't you?" They're pushing you out of your box.
Okay, so this is as bright as I can get here.
Okay, so that's as bright as he can get there.
You notice how when I first put it down, it red, but then as I rub it, it goes away?
Do you notice how when he first put it down, it red, but then as he rubs it, it goes away?
Yellow to the right value.
So if we need brighter, what we've got to do is take yellow to the right value.
Gonna get it a bit thick.
Gonna get it a bit thick. Claudia said beautiful.
Yellow and blue make green.
Yellow and blue make green. Anybody else love watching paint be mixed the color? It's mesmerizing to me.
By letting pure yellow and pure blue.
So by letting pure yellow and pure blue,
Pure in quotation marks.
pure with quotation marks, you know, little fingers,
The viewer's eye will mix the green.
the viewer's eye will mix the green. Oh yeah, Jenny gets lost in it too.
Stuff's a doozy.
He said first step's a doozy. Susan says watching the movement of the brush on the canvas is mesmerizing to her. Yeah, I concur on that one as well.
It's a dance.
It's a dance.
Okay, so if those are up there,
Okay, so if those are up there,
tell them they're killing me.
Jason said, did we tell them you're killing him? Don't do that at home. You're supposed to have gloves. You gotta use a different finger, dude. I know it's a good finger, but not on camera. It looks like you're painting the bird. Janny's got to run. Bye, Janny. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, the rest of the video, it'll be here. You'll just know that go to an hour, and you can like fast forward it. Okay, blanched.
Gotta make sure there's room for highlight.
Gotta make sure there's room for highlight.
So will white show up on that?
So will white show up on that?
Give me a minute. Everybody settle down. Everybody settle down. Jeez.
He says, give him a minute, give him a minute. Everybody settle down. All right, Claudia too. All right, paint on last month's. Go get him, Claudia. Thanks for joining us.
There's a big hole in the top of that apple.
He says there's a big hole at the top of that apple. Well, maybe it was a big stem on the tree.
Alright, let's see.
Okay, he's using that stick.
Alright.
He's working that into the glow.
Alright, tell me when I need to stop. I'm kind of getting lost here, so I need to keep going.
We're at an hour 5.
Just about the time I get going.
He says this is just about the time that he gets going. It is a process. Miss Reenie has a question. Says, Jason, the lower right of the apple looks like lips. Can you consider decreasing the crease?
The lower right of the apple, she done like that?
Yeah.
I think those look like good lips. What's wrong with those lips?
He says he thinks those look like good lips. What's wrong with the lips, Reenie? There you go. And look at that. Susan says, I love that red color now. Right? Wasn't that a cool transformation?
Okay, so gotta do a couple of darks.
She said at least they are female.
What are we talking about?
The lips. Nice, Reenie. Susan said it's so good to see because at first I thought it would look too pink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always relationships.
It's always relationships.
Alright, so let's get a dark in here that'll come off of that background.
Okay, so we're going to get a dark in there that's going to come off of that background.
I'm not thrilled about these,
Jason's not thrilled about the leaves over on the right,
but that maybe have to something that we just add to next time and correct next time.
but that's just something that maybe we just add to and correct next time.
Maybe just be this hard edge.
It could just be the hard edge. It's going to work with the stick a little. Reenie, I just realized your profile picture is your cat sitting in your your garden. That's awesome. Is that Red? I'm trying to remember your cat's name.
Alright, let's do a dark. I want to do a lot, but let's do the dark and we'll call this a day on the podcast, or the stream, whatever this is.
Okay.
The baseball game.
The baseball game.
The jump rope.
He wants to do a lot, but what we're going to do is he's going to work on the dark right now, and then we're going to wrap up the live stream.
So I need this dark.
So he needs that dark to come off of this background.
This back is gray and cool.
This back is gray and cool,
So I'll make this
so he's going to make that
warm.
warm. Rocket. That's the cat's name. Sorry. Why did I have Red in my head? I have another friend that has a cat looks just like yours, and they call him Red. Susan said, oh yeah, that finally turned the leaf down.
Softening the edges.
Yeah, softening the edges and working them together.
Let's see, where am I at? sloppy. Better call it a day.
All right. Jason says he feels he is getting sloppy right now, so we are going to call it a day.
And we'll just have to come back and fix everything that... Who messed all this stuff up?
So we'll just have to come back and fix who messed all that stuff up.
I want a name.
You want a name?
I want a name. Let me get to the bottom of this crap. It was a good painting. Somebody came in here and messed it up.
Somebody came in and messed up his good painting. Well, Tom gave the emoji with the big eyes. What? Susan said, "Thank you so much. I learned something new every time."
Okay. All right, guys. So you guys want me to push the color. We pushed the color. Now I'm so uncomfortable I can barely stand in front of that thing. But this is, again, it's never really about finishing something, though. It's about learning something. So I hope you saw how, you can pull color down, you can push it up, but you got to bring the rest of the painting with it. Nothing lives in isolation. All right, guys. Have a good day. Go paint. Love you guys, and we'll see you guys soon.
Have a good Monday. Bye-bye.